The pending moratorium on Atlanta's new parking enforcement system, city council members have heard complaints from government workers, even police officers, about getting tickets while on the job. So we sent investigative reporter Jody Fleischer downtown in Atlanta to check out where these employees are parking. She's live on Pryor Street with what she found out. Jody?
Well, we watched most of the day as regular drivers parked their cars, came up and fed these fancy new meters. Then I took a walk around these 3 blocks and noticed dozens of drivers that didn't use the meters at all. Most of them are government employees. All of these cars are illegally parked. You have anything to say about that?
No, ma'am.
Did someone tell you that you could park there?
I'm doing county business, ma'am.
This Fulton County marshal parked his patrol car along the front of the Fulton County Courthouse. There's a red curb and a sign saying it's a tow-away zone. But he wasn't alone. Marked cars, unmarked cars, some didn't even have government tags.
It's unfair. They made me move, and I'm in here real quick. I need to get in here and get back to work, and so I had to drive around 3-4 times, find me a good spot.
In less than an hour, we counted nearly 4 dozen cars parked in no parking zones, and those reserved for marked sheriff's units. About half had government tags, many with no other markings to show if they're cops or not. We also spotted about a dozen personal vehicles with a vest, a raincoat, or a patch in plain view.
If these police officers are not parking where they're supposed to be parking, or government officials, or anybody not parking where they're supposed to be parking, then yeah, they need to be wrote a ticket too.
Councilman Kwanzaa Hall says this is another reason he crafted a parking ticket moratorium to work out the kinks.
We need to figure out a better strategy to alleviate some of the pressure and pain, because we don't need a whole bunch of tickets written that are going to be thrown out anyway.
No one could tell us how many tickets have been written on government vehicles or whether they do get thrown out. We're not talking about emergency responders here. None of the cars had blue lights on and some didn't move for hours. Now, the sheriff's office says it has given employees permission to park cars around the courthouse, even in those tow-away zones. But a city spokesperson says there is no agreement to that effect and that Park Atlanta has been advised to write tickets to anyone who's violating those signs in tow-away zones, even law enforcement. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, Jody Fleischer, Channel 2 Action News.
More details on Park Atlanta and the pending moratorium. The company took over parking enforcement last November. Its 7-year contract with the city guarantees Atlanta $5.5 million in revenue a year. The moratorium is scheduled to begin within 2 weeks. That applies only to Park Atlanta. Do know that police can still write tickets for illegal parking.